Okay, now as the hose is just spitting after about 5 minutes here, then we're going to go back to the equipment and make a valve change so that we can redirect the air through the pump and then out the waistline of the filter. So, checking the filter is set to the rinse position, which means that it's going to enter through the tank and run out the waste hose here we've set up, which is how we lowered the water level in the pool. So now, by making a change on this valve right here, we're going to close off the skimmer that is in the deep end, and you can see the air coming into the pump now, and we can hear it rushing through the filter. We can see it coming through the sight glass, and out the hose it goes. So just by making a simple change to the filter valve, the multi-port here, and also to this valve in here, we've now got the water coming up from the shallow skimmer and then being directed into the pump, coming out of the pump, and the air is pushing all the water up into the filter and out the waistline. Now that our other skimmer line is blown out completely and it seems that our filter tank is empty of all the water, now it's time to blow out the main drain. The Mighty Vac is one of the few devices strong enough to blow out your main drain. And it's again done with just a turn of the valve. So this time the air is coming up in this direction. I'm going to slowly turn the valve and start sending the air down the main drain. Well, we can hear the Mighty Vac wind up a little bit. And now if you turn around, you should see the main drain blowing pretty firmly there. Now, while the main drain is blowing, we're going to come back to the valve and turn the valve quickly onto the main drain to close off the main drain. That's going to keep the water from re-entering the pipe, kind of like a finger on the end of a straw. Done. The air was forcefully bubbling out of the main drain in the pool, and now we just closed the valve off, this positive sealing Jandy valve, and it's going to prevent water from coming back in the pipe. Alright, now that we've blown out the entire suction manifold, meaning that we've blown out the other skimmer and we've blown out the main drain, I'm going to pull the drain plug on the pump here and let it spit out any remaining water that's in there. I'll put it back in for now, but we'll pull it out for the winter as one of our final steps. Now back up to our multi-port valve. We're going to make this change from the rinse position to the filter position. Recirculate could also be used in this case to send the water back to the pool. We've already blown out the pump and the filter. Now we're going to blow out our heater, our chlorinator, and the return lines back to the pool. Pushing down. We're now going to filter position, and again you'll hear the Mighty Vac kick up as it's starting to push all the water through the heater, through the chlorinator, and coming back into the pool through the pool returns. It's always going to blow first through the nearest returns. We've also got returns down the wall for the Polaris hookup. And then there's returns over by the steps, which aren't blowing now until we plug this return that is closest to the equipment. 3. And now it's important to, very important to, winterize your heater by removing the drain plugs out of the heater headers. Every heater has a front header and a rear header. So I've just pulled the plug on the front header and walked around to the other side. There's another plug on the other side for this Raypack heater. Other types of heaters have plugs in different locations. Make sure you get them all. You want to make sure that there's no water left in there, because heaters will break faster than just about any piece of equipment out here. While I'm here, I'm going to shut off the gas to the pool heater as well. Now, the last two pieces of equipment on our return line here is a chlorinator and a Nature 2 Express system. Chlorinator, I want to open it up, make sure there's no water, and make sure there's no tablets in there. They have to be emptied from the tablets, and if there is any water, it will freeze. Secondly, the Nature 2, all I'm doing is just looking in there, making sure there's no water in there, and this cartridge is void of water also, so that can just stay there. Both lids back on to keep the rain out during the winter. Finally, over here is a Polaris booster pump, which has a small drain plug down here at 6 o'clock, and we want to loosen that and let it drain out as well. And that's draining out this whole pipe that's coming into the pump. Very important. And I'm going to put it back in loosely. We'll take it out again shortly and store it for the winter.